So we got the early Solo Black Series reveals, and I am kind of curious about them. So I figured I'd make a quick little video, talk about them real quick, my initial impressions of them, and then I'm just generally curious, what does everybody else think? I've had some conversations here and there with people online, kind of 50-50 in terms of the people I've talked to, and I'm kind of sort of down the middle. I'm not really sure yet. So we got 4 figures that were revealed, and of course Han Solo and Lando, but we also got Keira, and we got a new type of trooper. So my main thoughts initially were, okay, that's great. I don't really have a ton of attachment to the idea of this movie. I don't really care. Like, I'm not going into this like I went into Episode 7 for sure, because, you know, Star Wars was at its peak again. And I'm not going into it like Rogue One, and I'm not going into it like Episode 8. It's just not the same. I don't really care about this story being told. It's very, very different this time around for me. Don't get me wrong, I'm very interested, and I hope it succeeds, and I don't have any reason to want it to not. But in terms of level of interest, it's diminished for Solo, just because I've never really cared about this particular story, and I'm not expecting it to do anything for the greater Star Wars. But as far as toys go, my thoughts are that these figures, they look good. So we've got 3 humans and we've got a trooper. They look good. Technically, they look fine, but I do not like these designs, and that's not really Hasbro's fault. You know, the designs are what they are. They come from Lucas and they come from Disney, Lucasfilm and Disney. But these are just 3 generic people. If I didn't know any better, I could say that they might belong in Blade Runner. Specifically, Keira. She looks kind of odd. Not in a bad way, just they don't look like Star Wars to me. Han Solo looks like a young Han Solo. You know, he doesn't look like Harrison Ford, but I get what they're going for. He's got that classic Han Solo pose. He's just got a different outfit, so I'm okay with that, but I don't need that. I'm not sure that a lot of people are clamoring to get a young Han Solo. People want Han Solo, Han Solo. The same goes for Lando. He looks like an interesting figure. He's got an interesting design. I like his outfit. They nailed the likeness with the photo real tech. His hair reminds me of Saw Gerrera, though, which I'm having a hard time overlooking now. But again, it's the same thing. I'm not looking for a young Lando. And the design on its own is just a human. I mean, how many humans can we have before they, you know, start doing something that's actually more interesting, like, you know, Cantina aliens? But that's a different thing. And Keira, she looks the most, in terms of what I said, where they can, you know, look like they jumped out of Blade Runner. She just looks like a woman. And I have no attachment to the character yet. Kind of the same with Rose. And I know I kind of pick on her a little too much when I do some videos from time to time, but just boring character. There's nothing about her design that makes me want to buy her figure. She's also got other outfits that might be better suited for a toy. Yeah, she just doesn't do anything for me. You know, obviously that may change. This is initial impressions. This may change, and I'm just not sure yet. But the initial look is, while the figure looks technically good, it's just boring. She's just a woman. It's just a regular woman in an outfit. Same goes for, you know, Han and Lando to a lesser degree, because we know those characters, just not in this instance. But I don't know her. I don't know what she's all about, really, nor do I have any vested interest in her. I don't have anything to go on. So it's kind of a, yeah, I just don't care. My interest level being low for this movie already, coupled with the fact that I don't care about these designs, is making my my urge to buy very small. That said, this trooper looks really cool. It does not look at all Star Wars to me. And I think that goes back to the other characters. Everything's so drab and dreary now. It just doesn't look Star Wars-y to me. This trooper doesn't at all. And that's not a bad thing, really, for this, because the trooper's design is still really cool. So we've got some, you know, Rogue One style helmet. We've got a classic snowtrooper style chest plate. It's got fur. It's got soft goods by the looks of it. It's got weird mech style boots. So there's some crazy stuff going on with this trooper. And I really like it. I think it looks really cool. It's different, but again, it's not jumping out at me as Star Wars. It doesn't look like a stormtrooper. It doesn't look like a classic trooper, because there's so much other stuff going on with it. And I'm also sort of the opinion that, just like everything else lately, it's not going to do anything in the movie. I could be wrong there, obviously. That's just speculation. You know, just like the First Order Executioner from Episode 8, they didn't do anything in the movie, but it was an exclusive figure, so who knows what's going on with this. That said, I'm going to buy it. This is the only one that I'm 100% sure that right out the gate I'm going to buy him. And this is the first time I think that's ever happened with Black Series. I have some regrets. You know, I bought Rose, which in hindsight, that was a waste. But these 3 figures, Han and Lando and Keira, I just don't think I'm going to get them right out the gate. I might have to wait on them. I don't want to spend, that's it. I don't want to spend 20 bucks on these figures. I don't think they're worth it. The Trooper for sure. And, you know, I'll wait to see what we've got coming at Toy Fair, because there is another Stormtrooper that has been leaked in a Lego set already, so I'm sure that's coming at some point. But in terms of the human characters, yeah, they're just not doing it for me. They may be technically good, but they're not really blowing my mind. Like, I'm sure people who get them are going to enjoy them for what they are, but until I have some sort of attachment to this movie, I think, for the first time at least, I might hold off for a while. So, yeah, they look good in terms of, you know, figures, but they aren't wowing me, and the Trooper is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's just kind of weird. So, yeah, that's just my initial thoughts, just kind of throwing them out there. So let me know what you guys think, and yeah, I'll talk to you later.